Unusual Besties.
Welcome back to Unusual Besties. My name is Nena.
And my name is Scott. And we are...
We're Unusual Besties.
So today we're going to talk about a certain type of vacation. If you've been listening to us previously, you know that Nina and I do enjoy traveling. And one of our favorites is cruising. And for many of you who have cruised, you probably don't need any insight into why cruising is great. For those of you who haven't, you obviously have a reluctance to cruise or probably have a reluctance to cruise. So we're going to give our insight into why we think it's a great way to cruise. So Nina, about how many cruises you've been on and what ships? You don't need mad detail, but...
I don't know, maybe 7 or 8.
Cool. Which cruise lines?
Norwegian, Carnival, and Royal Caribbean.
Cool. So I think I've done those. I also did MSC. I did Princess. I think I've done Holland America as well. My ex-wife just did the Ritz-Carlton cruise, which was great.
Some money they have. No, for real.
The cruises obviously vary in price, but the reason I enjoy them, listen, there are downsides. The check-in experience can be...
Let's talk about what we like first.
Okay. So what do we...
go on and on about what you don't like.
Okay.
What do you like? Because you can go on and on and on about what you don't.
So I think cruises are great. I think the value for money is exceptional. You basically pay the price of a hotel room. That also includes new destinations, food, and entertainment.
And the entertainment's good on most cruise ships.
Yes, I mean...
There's only one cruise ship I really hated the entertainment on.
Can we not talk about the things we didn't like? So that's really it. I think, the value for money, obviously the room's not as big as a hotel room, but what you get in exchange, the shows, like you say, the entertainment, the food and the destinations.
Nice. Even the free ones, most of the times. I think the food's kind of good.
Yeah, the buffets are generally extensive.
Even not the cheap ones, the free restaurants, are good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're not free. You paid for them in the cruise.
Yeah, but the ones that are included.
Yeah, not the specialty. Yeah. So, but for me, the big thing is the destinations come to you. I was in Europe last summer, this time last year with my kids, and we took in Rome, bless you, Barcelona, Cannes, Ibiza, and Sardinia. And it was just incredible. The cruise ship itself was nothing spectacular, which in many ways was helpful because we focused on the destinations. So we'd spend the day in, for example, Ibiza. We went to a few different beaches, had some beautiful tapas.
Tapas, yeah.
Tapas. Cannes, we went down the Croissant, which is that main road, and we got crepes or croissants. And then you get back to the ship. You sail, you have dinner, you have a few drinks, you maybe go to the nightclub, and then all being well, you wake up the next morning and there's another destination. So it's the fact that destinations come to you, rather than if you're at an airport, you've got to really work hard to check in, to sit at the gate, to fly, to, go through
it's a hard day. Security. It's not fair.
So I always recommend to anyone, certainly if they're going to Europe, that cruising is great. And then, generally most of the cruises I've been on have been to the Caribbean. And again, it's the same. Whilst the destinations are not, that different, there is obviously big differences between some of the islands. And I'd love, if I go to Asia, to do that, because you can get to experience many different cultures, many different nations in a week, which is very, very hard to do, or certainly more taxing to do the airport. So, do you agree?
Well, I like the airport, as we all know, but I do like cruise ships. I love cruise ships. There's one cruise ship that I went on that I didn't care for, but again, like you said, it was all about the destinations. It was the only cruise ship that's registered to the U.S. It's the Pride of America.
What cruise line?
Norwegian. It's the one that goes to all the Hawaiian Islands.
Oh, fabulous.
And if you guys don't know why they registered cruise ships to the not U.S., you should look them up.
Well, why?
Just so they can get away with, paying the staff less. The regulations aren't as strict because most of them are, obviously registered to Bermuda, Bahamas. Which you would think that, these places have strict maritime laws too, but some of them don't. It was old and there wasn't a lot to do, and, only the first 2 shows were good. The 2 big shows that they have at the theater, and that's because, they flew the people in from Honolulu.
Generally, I like Norwegian. They were the ones who really created the freestyle.
And Norwegian's my favorite cruise line. But to be honest, I like Carnival too. I know there's been a lot of shit about Carnival changing their rules on the cruise ships. Like, you can't bring portable fans, you can't bring speakers. Carnival has been under a lot of like pressure from the public recently. But I never had a bad experience on Carnival, to be honest. Carnival was one of our favorite cruises because we got that free one, and we were yellow.
Yeah, I got the free one. Yes.
But we got the free one. I was there too.
And
the only reason you even got started with this was because of me.
In many ways.
No, I'm talking about like with the travel benefits and stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I got the free one because of a travel benefit that I got with certain loyalty status that matched with other.
Yeah, we have that linked before you go on a rabbit hole. We have that podcast linked in the show notes. Because he will go on and on and on about it.
Not the status matching, so maybe we'll do a status match at some point. And when Nena said we're yellow, what she means is we're come to room that was part of the spa, so we got to use the spa for free, and people who got to use the spa got yellow towels as opposed to everyone else having blue, so it was yellow towels with status. So Hawaii sounds nice. What destinations did you go to?
In Hawaii? Mm-hmm. All the major islands. Because, there's a bunch of islands. So we went to Maui, went to Kauai, obviously we left from Oahu. There's another one I forget. But yeah.
I've never been. For my honeymoon, I went to the South Pacific, so...
I was supposed to go there, but Norwegian, I know we're talking about things we like, but when the virus happened, Norwegian gave us the credit, but we were supposed to use the credit within 2 years, but we didn't, so then I never got to go, and I lost the money.
That was a bit naughty of Norwegian,
it was
especially
very naughty.
You had the top-notch insurance with them, and you cancelled because your mum...
No, we didn't cancel. They canceled on us. We weren't going to cancel. You think I was going to cancel the South Pacific cruise because of some virus? I was not. Norwegian canceled the cruise. I didn't cancel it.
No, I think I told you to cancel the day before and you canceled it.
I didn't cancel. Norwegian canceled.
Okay. I've never been to Hawaii. But on my honeymoon, we went to Bora Bora and Moorea and a few other islands whose names were similar, but unfortunately I can't remember them. And it went all the way out to Fiji, and that was a beautiful...
Tahiti?
Tahiti started from Papeete, but some of the not Rarotonga, that was Fiji.
I want to go so bad.
Rotorua, I don't remember, unfortunately. But that was great, and Europe was great. Yeah, so I've now got excited to go to Asia. So NCL is good. They were the original ones who created the freestyle. So before then, it was quite stagnant. You had to have your dinner at a certain time and lunch at a certain time.
Some cruises are still like that. Royal still does stuff like that. Because when I went on Royal Caribbean and my mom fell, I remember we had a dining time and we had the same servers and it was...
Correct. Most of them still do that.
Oh, okay. Carnival doesn't do that, do they? Carnival doing it. I've only been on 3, so I don't know, Three brands.
Oh, Carnival, I think they now do that, but they also have other options as well. They all have the buffet, but I think Norwegian were the first to actually not have any times, which and I actually upgraded to that on MSC, and it's great because you're not set. Your days are not always the same. Some days you want dinner at 7, some days 8:30. So that was good. They mostly also have the kind of exclusive brands within the ship, so for those who have a little extra and want a little extra. I think Norwegian is called
with the status, you can make upgrades and stuff because they have pretty solid loyalty things.
They do.
Norwegian does. I don't know about the other ones, but
they do. And in terms of Carnival, I had been on like a weekend Carnival, and I have to say they can get a little too rowdy. But I've been on a 7-day and an 8-day, and they were some of the best I'd been on.
It's true. The weekend cruise ships that I've done with my friends here from Port Canaveral are much different than the long cruises.
Yeah, it's a different clientele. People are there for a different reason. Over the weekend, people are there to get as drunk as you can, certainly if there's drinks packages, and create a little bit of chaos. Whereas the longer cruises, they're a little bit more...
an older crowd.
Yeah, a little more expensive, a little bit of a different crowd. People aren't there to get, not everyone's there to get absolutely wasted. So it's good. And the Carnival I've been on had lots of choices. They got the celebrity chef. The food was good quality. They all seem to have good vegan options. A lot of them have good vegan options these days as well as traditional. Princess I enjoyed a little bit more formal, and now lots of people are enjoying celebrity because they're a little bit more formal as well. and classy looking ships. But
You know which one I want to do that I see a lot in Miami? That's beautiful.
Virgin,
Virgin. Oh my God, from
yeah, from the port.
yeah. Oh my God, looks beautiful. The ship,
they're
the
adult
Scarlet
only.
Lady. She's beautiful.
And then there's things like the Regent, I think Seven Seas, and
Oh yeah, these are older crowds too.
and
Huh?
more expensive, smaller ships.
That's why they're older crowds.
And yes,
It's
generally.
true, yeah.
And my
go on a
tips
river
for the
cruise.
islands, generally speaking, I go to the Caribbean if I can for the beaches. So if you're in an island that has beautiful beaches, just jump in one of those sort of communal cabs to the beach. You don't need to spend hundreds and hundreds to do that.
A lot of people don't feel safe doing that, but once they, you have to be strategic.
Yeah,
You can't
but
just
those
walk into anyone.
I
Because my
know-
mom's like that.
I know, and I know you've done them with your mum. You've done the tours of the islands, but to me, unless you're visiting somewhere like Rome that actually has something to see, to do a tour of the island, sit on a coach or a bus to spend 2-3 hours just seeing an island,
Oh, it's not my jam.
It's not
my
my
jam.
jam.
Is to go see the beach.
the beach. Yeah.
That's really the only reason I go. I go to the Caribbean with my friends on weekends pretty often, just because I live in Florida. It's close. Or like I don't care about anything else but the beach and the local rum.
in the room.
The beach and the local rum.
And if I can
And
get
occasionally local men.
not local man,
Yeah, okay.
the cruise ships usually. Anyway.
Not on. Hey.
So as Nina says, still got to be careful going on tours, and obviously, there are benefits going on the organised tours. If there's like catamarans or boat tours around the islands, I do, enjoy those. Sometimes it can be a little busy. You want to try and get on the boat first so you can get a good seat. I did one recently in Puerto Rico when we drove. I was with my kids, and we drove our little 3-person boat around the island, a little dinghy. That was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's on my Insta.
I'll put your Insta in the show notes too.
Okay. Yeah, I felt like James Bond, and so I did it the reel to James Bond music because I was just like zooming away on this dinghy. So I do enjoy a nice cruise if everything goes
Couple
well.
things about cruise ships that people need to keep in mind, though, which I think a lot of people don't keep in mind, which is no factor to you. Cruise ship safety for women, because a lot of people get stolen on cruise ships, so please be careful.
I believe that's true.
I'm not making this up. I'm telling them to be careful as a woman.
Yes.
And I've lived 15 lives. I know,
Yeah.
be careful. Because people talk about it and how they think it's safe, but, it's things happen still, so.
Yeah, and it goes underreported.
It does. People will go missing and it's, you never know.
Yeah, and people, it's very, these things, it's often hard to prove. And I got,
Also with the maritime law, it's not as strict, right? So it's all international issues and nobody really governs that.
yeah, so
I mean, I'm sure there are regulations, but it's still
Yeah, and also, just in general, don't get drunk or fall over. That was crazy incident the other week.
People fall over a lot. Or kill themselves, whatever,
Yeah.
Which is not good too. Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I think in terms of value for money, the destinations you see, the quality of the food, certainly on the cruise ships we've mentioned, is not always top notch, but it's certainly, it's certainly edible, and you certainly get some.
The food is good. I don't know what
choices.
this guy's talking about, because even the food on Carnival, like you have Guy Fieri's, I love his restaurants. The little taco place they have at the pool area. Yeah, the food is
It's quantity though.
It is,
Sure.
yeah, but the food is still nice.
Yeah, those ones you got lines, but no, I'm not criticizing the food. I'm saying it's good.
Offended a little bit.
Yeah, but it's not like 5-star food like it was 20,
What
30
were you
years ago.
expecting when you paid $200 for a weekend cruise?
Yeah. And now, like, especially if you're a gambler, my brother does this, put some coin in the casino, and you will often get it back.
You'll be invited back.
You'll be invited back. You spend
in terms of upgrades and everything.
Yeah, you spend $1,000, you'll probably get that back in a cruise. Not that I've done that. When we went, we should have spent
do it,
more.
yeah. I will.
But if
I
you
love a good gamble.
spend, yeah,
I like gambling.
and you like gambling,
I do.
But you'll get invited back because there's a lot of money to be made.
For the cruise ship and gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably where most of their money comes from.
Yeah. So if you're Florida
And drinks
based,
and
certainly when you can hop on
Oh, it's brilliant. So close. And then you can find great shuttles and transfer services too from Orlando.
So the ones that we've been to, which are the Caribbean? You went to Hawaii, I'd been to South Pacific, I'd been to Europe, but we've both been to Caribbean, and sometimes we've been together. Which of your islands are your favorites?
Oh, the Caribbean islands? My favorite Caribbean island, I'm gonna say, is I quite like St. Martin, the Dutch side, because that's where the planes are in Maho Beach. But the cruise ships are a little bit far from there, even though I have been there on the cruise ship too. But I like that island. Islands that cruise ships go to.
Yeah, but I'll say a little bit about St. Martin. I agree with you. St. Martin's one of my favorites.
I like St. Martin. I like Aruba.
Again, I was going to say Aruba.
I love Aruba. I've never had a bad time in Aruba. I've been there a few times. I need to go back just to complete my TikTok about Aruba.
Bermuda.
Yeah, because me and my friend are on a trend. But actually, our next place, I'll tell you later. It's Dublin. So, yeah, I think just Aruba and
St. Martin.
St. Martin, yeah.
No, I was going to say those two. If I was honest, I think St. Martin. I love the airport, and once I was there, we did an ATV. A bike. Are those ATVs? Yeah, the little bikes.
ATVs are the 4 wheels.
Oh, so it's like the 3-wheel bikes. No, the 4-wheel bikes. Yeah, the ATVs. Yeah, around the island. It took us beautiful. They're quite dangerous, but you got to be careful.
I don't like anything like that. That's a boys thing.
You gotta we went to like 3-4 different beaches. It took us to a beach. We stopped, stayed for 30 minutes, went to another beach, and one of the beaches was the one where the airplanes land. And it really,
beach, I love it.
Yeah, it really is. It's crazy to see them land or take off. Was even crazier.
Even more fun because
it blows you away.
Yeah. People get injured.
For sure. Yeah. People blow away. And then Aruba, the beaches are just beautiful. God. And it's quite upscale as well.
Very mainstream though. When you go to like something like you go to Curacao or Bonaire, it's just as nice but not as developed.
Yeah, it's smaller. But all of the islands. I've been to some many years ago, like Guadalupe.
Oh, I want to go. Yeah.
We're
trying to go in a few weeks, Grenada.
Yeah, it's far south. So, but even the Bahamas. Not even the Bahamas is still a lot of fun. Yeah,
the Bahamas. Oh my God, from Orlando, 45 minutes.
Yeah, St. Thomas, Jamaica, Grand Cayman. Grand Cayman's, it doesn't have a port, so you go on tender, which frustrates me because sometimes you miss out because you're waiting.
Because you wake up late.
And the private islands, I love the private islands.
I love the private islands.
Royal Caribbean's private islands are the best.
You don't get to really see the local culture when the private islands. Like I know, like people who go on cruise ships don't really care about that stuff. They just care about American stuff at other places that are pretty. Most of them, but the private islands are nice, but you don't get to see the culture.
Yeah, but like I say, the Royal Caribbean one, they build like zip lines and those.
I know, I went to one in
roller coaster things. Yeah,
I don't think it gave me a good gauge of how that place actually is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like even when in Dominican Republic, I go, oh my God, this is so beautiful. In
Dominican Republic, the ports, the ones we went to, beautiful. And I did one of the funnest things I ever did, which was actually like a proper 4-wheel big ATV, not a bike, but a buggy.
Oh yeah.
A dune buggy. Driving that through the mud in the rainforest is exceptional fun. So I definitely recommend it. Whether you go through the cruise ship or whether you go through Viator or I think is it Get My Guide, something like that. They're all really great. So I definitely recommend cruises as a vacation. Worth trying once if you've never tried it. The new ships, you won't even notice if you are, if it rocks because the stabilizers are so much more advanced. But as Nena says, do be mindful of your safety, whether it's be on the ship or off the ship. And if you do, decide to go based on what we've discussed, please drop us a line. We look forward to hearing if you had fun.
Yeah, let us know. Be a bestie.
Thanks. Bye, besties.
Unusual besties.